How's it going, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of SPT Hatchet to Hero. As always, guys, if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, I highly recommend checking those out. There's about 13 others on the channel. Then coming back to this particular episode to see how we are progressing with our tasks and just progressing overall as a player within the SPT realm of Tarkov. Now, before we jump into any raids or anything like that, there's a couple of things that I do want to mention before we get into this episode. I've downloaded 2 extra mods for this particular episode and moving forward. So if I go to traders, we now have a brand new trader called, I'm not even sure how to pronounce his name if I'm honest, but Hepheses, something along those lines. I can't remember exactly how to pronounce this guy's name. Obviously we've got no tasks and there's nothing in trading right now for him. But I downloaded him because apparently he is someone that can craft you some interesting weapons. So I thought, you know what, we'll give him a go, give him a shot, see what he's like, how he progresses our journey within SPT. And there's also another one which is called Loads of Loot, which I also downloaded as well. Apparently this unlocks more loot behind like doors like the marked room on customs as well as every other marked room, and apparently you can get a bunch of different loot that you wouldn't normally get in certain areas as well. So I thought, you know what, let's download that even and see how that kind of impacts the way that we play SPT as well. But regardless of that, on the last episode we did go ahead and craft our final 60 round mag. I think it's our final 60 round mag anyway for the ice cream cone quest, so we're going to go ahead and grab that in a second. But we had a couple of hideout upgrades as well, so we are just going to go ahead going to go ahead and get those installed into our hideout right here. And then I am going to go ahead and grab this 60 round mag as well. I know there's probably some more hideout upgrades that we can get done, but we don't have a lot of cash right now, so I think the best course of action for us is to go ahead and get into raids first, and then we can come back and see what we can upgrade in the old hideout. But let's just go ahead and hand Prapor over another 2 60 round mags, which is the last 2 we need for the quest, and that is now done and dusted. We can hit complete on that. Does give us Postman Pat for good old factory, and also shaking up Taller for dorms as well. So a couple of new quests there. We will also have a quick look at our dailies and weekly. So for one daily we need to kill scouts with a headshot, that's fine. Any location we can go ahead and accept that from Therapist. We also have Postman Pat part 2, which is just handing over obviously the letter in regards to the Prapor quest we just accepted. We need to hand over a wrench. We haven't got one yet, but we can look out for that during the course of today's episode. With regards to Gunsmith, we need to survive 5 reserve raids. Now, I know we've got a few quests to do on reserve. Whether we're going to get round to doing some of those in today's episode, I'm not too sure. But regardless, we'll go ahead and accept that just in case we do end up rolling into reserve in today's episode. We need to eliminate any 2 PMCs for Ragman. We'll go ahead and do that because we're more than likely going to run into PMCs. And then the final one, which is our weekly, we just need to eliminate 30 scavs in any location, which we'll go ahead and accept from Jaeger because it gives us a decent chunk of money, which is really nice for motors, fire clean noob, and some TNT bricks. So we'll definitely go ahead and grab that. But let's just get our rewards plus our insurance returns from Prapor. In fact, we don't even have enough room in our stash to take everything. We can't even take that right now. We can take the RPK, and I think if we do a little bit of maneuvering, we might be able to take this rig. Just trying to think. We've got obviously a bunch of stims and stuff outside of our med pouches and containers, which I think are all full. They are, okay. Might be worth us getting another med pouch then, but it only frees up 3 slots. So I'm not 100% sure on that side of things, but We could probably do a little bit of selling to some traders for sure, and get our rewards that we can't just put straight into containers, which is pretty much just our rig. So right now, not too fussed about the rig. Let me just take the rubles, because otherwise it's not going to let us take those with the rig being in there. But we will take that and pop that into our Willer's wallet, putting our money up a little bit there. But yeah, the main thing that we're going to worry about in this episode is also some tasks. Let me actually go ahead and... what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to sell the hammer scope, so I'm not going to end up using that. So Peacekeeper, you can have this, my friend. Can we put this sight on any of our weapons right now? We can slap it on the RPK for the time being. And I'm pretty sure we're good to go. The 203 we need for a quest. Do we have 203? We've got 303. Don't have anything in there. We have obviously all of our keys for dorms for customers here, but not the 203 key. We will put this in here just to free up a little bit more room, and then we'll put that up here. That can actually be sold to Peacekeeper as well, just like so. And then we'll move. In fact, we have a little bit of room in here, so let's just do this real quick. And we'll also put, say, the bunkhouse key in there, because I don't know if we need that right now. But for excuse me, for factory we have monitoring, which is obviously the Wi-Fi cameras, and we also have Postman Pat. So I think we're going to try and do a quick factory run as our first run. So we need to have 4 Wi-Fi cameras, and we need to place one in the cellar at night time, one in the back room behind the med tent, one in gate 0, one in gate 3. Okay, so we need 4 in total. So let's go ahead and grab 4 of those from whoever actually sells them. Which was it, Skier that sells the cameras? I'm not sure. I don't even know if we can buy the cameras right now. Can we buy said cameras? We might have to go to the flea potentially for the cameras, because we can get them off of Mechanic, but we need to give him electrical components and power banks. And I don't really want to be doing that right now. So if we filter by item, okay, so Scorpion sells them, which is interesting. We need 4. We do have enough dollars, so we'll go ahead and do this. Excuse me. And let's just pop these in here. And then we don't need the rubles, because we're not going to a map that requires rubles, but we will take our keyring that has the factory key, the factory key, which is this one. Let's repair this as well with we'll actually repair it with our new trader, because why not? There's no downside to repairing it with him by the looks of things. So we'll go ahead and do that. If I unload this mag, we'll just chuck a single bullet in there, so we have a full mag of an MP9 ready to rock and roll. But other than that, we just need to swap our helmet for night vision, because we need to go into a factory at night time to be able to do the task for Scorpion. And I am very tempted to buy myself, or at least craft, another mag box. In fact, considering it's only 196k, just go ahead and actually grab the mag box off of the flea. This way it frees up a bit more room. It should also allow us actually to get that rig that we've got sat in the sat in our insurance right now. So let's just do a little bit of maneuvering like so, just so we have room to both have this rig and maybe the other rig here. So let me do this. Let's grab our insurance return from Prapple, which is obviously this lovely rig here. So right now we are running out of room in the stash again. So let's put this down in this mag box, And then let's do a little bit of maneuvering. I'm kind of tempted actually to sell that. So we'll go ahead and sell this rig. Like so, just to give us a bit more room in the stash to be able to go ahead and put any loot that we may obtain during the course of our raids in today's episode. But without further ado, we are pretty much ready to rock and roll into our first raid of this episode. So we're going to jump into a factory run at night time. We're going to plant these Wi-Fi cameras. We're going to get the item for Postman Pat as well, and then we'll look to go to a different map after that. But regardless, let's jump into a factory run and see what we can get done. Alrighty, so first run on good old factory to try and get these cameras down as well as the item for Postman Pat. But whilst we have the opportunity, I'm very quickly just going to loot these couple of jackets that we have spawned next to. We'll take the matches for now, we'll take the screwdriver for now, but the other stuff we can leave, i.e. the crackers and such like. And we're just going to race all the way down to gate 3 to get this first camera down, I think, before we have any sort of interruption from any form of players or scavs. We just had a little bit of a skip there, meaning that we probably have don't want to extract. I'm not sure where, I'm not sure where it wants us to place a camera, but we found the location. But yeah, that skip normally means that scavs / players have spawned in on SPT. So we will need to be a little bit wary as we progress through the map now. But regardless of that, we have our first camera down. We need to put one in the gate 0, one in the cellars. And I can't remember where the other one... Oh, I'm round the back of the med tent. So we have a couple more places we need to get to in order to get this quest complete. But we'll kind of take everything that we deem necessary to take in terms of the loot side of things. Obviously our backpacks are not very big, which is actually going to be very handy for us. There's some movement to our left, which we don't need to worry about too much because that's behind barbed wire. The only time we really need to worry about it is as we come around here. But we are going to make our way to the med tent now, which is over here, and then in the room at the back to put down another Wi-Fi camera. And then we can progress to the other areas from there. Now I don't actually know whether it's in here we need to place the Wi-Fi camera, or whether it's actually in the exfil. It might actually be in the exfil, because there's no place item location there. Do we have one in here at all? Don't want to actually exfil, that's not what we're looking to do. So we can place one here. So I'm guessing the cellars is going to be at the scav exfil, and then gate 0 is going to be just in gate 0, I suppose. I'm pretty sure you can actually exfil from gate 0, but whilst we're here, we will look to try and eliminate some scavs, as well as maybe get some player kills as well. But we will head underneath. That is actually not too bad to find those two things there. We'll take the Zagustin and we'll take the Salewa. In fact, the Salewa can go up here. We'll take these bandages because we do like to run. I can hear some movement to my right. There's also movement to our left as well. The only downside about running night vision on nighttime factory is the lights can be a bit blinding. There's one headshot and one scav. At least I'm pretty sure that's a scav. Put our weapon on single fire a second. Yeah, so this is a scav, lovely jubbly. What do you have in your rig, my friend? Can't tell if that's ammo that we want or not. It is not. It's PS ammo, so we'll get rid of all of that. Just want to get rid of the light sources, ideally. At least the ones that we can get rid of. Just so we can see a little bit clearer, rather than being blinded by pretty much everything as we're running around the map. That fuel is going to be very handy with our upgrades to the generator. Let's make sure we put this back on full auto. Is that a dead? That is a dead either PMC or scav over there. I thought that was a grenade box, not gonna lie. It's a dead player with night vision. Okay. How did you die, my friend? To a scav. Not a bad looking MP5. We'll definitely... What ammo are you running in there? It looks like PST. We'll definitely take that, I think. Do this and do this. We have a set of bandages already, so 6 and 7. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so a bit unfortunate for that player to have died to a scav, because we do need player kills. Take another scav headshot there. That movement's above us. That rig's not too bad, but we don't have the room to take it for a storage rig, unfortunately. I am trying to listen out to any potential movement. That 203 key we actually need. Just take the food and drink. PK06 is not a bad site. It's not as good as it used to be, though. I'm trying to think. If it's worth us taking this rig instead. Probably is, because we can still get our fuel and stuff. And we've got a bit more room in terms of loot. Alrighty, so we need to probably head, because we've just gone in a bit of a circle, we need to head towards the Postman Pat area, which is up here. Really quickly reload before we come around the corner. So we want to grab the letter for Postman Pat. So scav to our left in there. I think the scav's in here anyway. Just to our left. Was not taking any chances with a shotgun there. That would have been less than ideal. Let's grab this letter and then see what we have in the dead scav. Have another rig, unfortunately. Don't have the room for that, even if we wanted to take it. We will take these glasses, however. We'll take the LPS and the hot rod. And then let's very quickly just repack our mags whilst we have the opportunity to do so. And then we will heal up as well, because I'm pretty sure the scav that we killed first off dealt a little bit of damage to us. Which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. So after this we need to head to Gate 0, head to the cellars, and then we're pretty much done with this raid. There's not really too much more that we would like to try and get done, apart from maybe... Okay, we didn't take too much damage. The killer armor coming in clutch for us again. I do have a decent amount of room still in there. In fact, let me put my fuel in the appointment instead, and then this can come down here. The herring we'll probably need. The humpback we don't. We'll take the rubles for sure. Anything in the wallet? No. Okay. So the herring we are gonna take for the. Gonna take the herring for the barter with. What's his face? Jaeger, because obviously if we barter, I think it's hot rods, herring, and 2 other things with him, we can get a Hidolnik, which will allow us to store our food and drink, meaning that will free up a bit more room for us as well. Let's make sure we're on full auto before we continue. So unfortunately, the only PMC that seems to have spawned this raid died to a scav, but that's fine. We can get our PMC kills for our daily a little bit later on. Now we don't want to sprint around in here. We're trying to see where we need to put the good old Wi-Fi camera. And the last one is in the cellars. Then we might have a little bit of a venture into the office area on the map, because there might be a case of us being able to find some more flash drives for Jaeger. Make sure there's no sneaky scavs around before we loot up the weapon boxes. I did just hear a scav, but I'm hoping he's not in the general vicinity to fight us. One more scav down. So I'm taking this PP-19 because it is one of my favourite weapons in the game. Found a green flare, which I'm not too fussed about. Because the only time I've ever really needed that is obviously for the flare exfils. Take out that light so I can actually see in this little area here. So I am going to be rebinding, thinking about it. I'm going to probably end up rebinding my lean keys from what they're currently on. So they're currently on the default setting. And I'm probably going to end up changing them to my mouse buttons, because where we don't have VoIP on SPT, I don't really need the keybinds that I've currently got, which is one of my mouse buttons has a is like set to being able to VoIP. And obviously right now we're not playing on live servers or anything, so we don't really need the ability to be able to VoIP. And I'm expecting the last Wi-Fi camera to come down here, because this is the exfil. But it doesn't seem likely. Okay. Whereabouts in the cellar? Oh, unless they want it on the exfil, you can. That was outside, I think. Yeah. Unless they want the... Alright, chill out. Holy cow. Unless they want it in the last exfil, which would actually make sense. Let's go and loot the safe before we loot the filing cabinets here. And then we will head towards the underground exfil. Intelligence folder. That is actually a really nice find. So in that case, let's drink this juice. Put the intel folder here. That can go down here. This 203 key means we don't actually have to buy one. I think we already have one anyway, but regardless of that, I don't really want to be buying it to just for the sake of buying it and then find out we had one. But we need to head to the underground exfil, which is over by gate 3, which is actually over by where we spawned. But for some reason, my brain was like, oh yeah, we need to put it at the scav exfil, which is obviously not the case. So let's head over towards that exfil. And then we'll be good to get out of this raid pretty much through that extract. Even though we've got all the others open, I want to get this this quest done and dusted whilst we're here. Oh yeah, that's a scav we already killed. Damn, bro. Scav locked onto me like I was owing him money. Damn. Gotta chill out there, my bro. Okay, so we're not too bad on hydration and energy, but we obviously don't have a lot of stamina right now. Can I can't get rid of that one. Just wanted to check. Put this on full auto again. And then all we need to do is head down here, go down these stairs for the exfil over this way. And then that will be our run on factory completed with 2 tasks done as well, which is pretty much the main thing that we came in here for. Obviously scav kills are nice. I would have liked to have got the player kill, but at least we got the mags we needed off of him for, I'm pretty sure, a gunsmith task. And speaking of gunsmith, obviously I haven't done a gunsmith build and run recently. If you guys aren't aware, I'm taking like Sheaf's little idea of building a gunsmith weapon, getting 4 kills with it, getting out of that raid, or don't even have to get out of that raid, but getting 4 kills with the gunsmith weapon, and then handing it in that way, rather than just building it and handing it in. So I find, much like he did, that's just a little bit of a better way to do the gunsmith task, because otherwise I could sit here for a whole episode and just build out a load of different gunsmith weapons. So that is the way that we're going to be doing things this time round. So Skier actually has a task of informed means armed, which is Wi-Fi cameras as well. So we need to do postman Pat, which means we need to hand it in here, turn that in, and complete. Meaning we've completed obviously 2 different things there. You've got mails on streets. So with streets, ironically, when I was installing the other mods, there was one that was like, oh, if you don't like going to streets, you can hand over rubles. And I was like, that's interesting, but I'm probably not going to do it, solely because I would actually like to learn streets and run streets in this particular playthrough. I did this, no? Did I not do this? It's telling me I didn't do that. Okay, apparently I didn't place the one behind the cellars. I thought I did. I could have sworn I did, but never mind. Right, that PP19 we're just going to sell. Even though it's one of my favourite weapons in the game, we have enough SMGs and stuff right now. Oh, okay, we've got Therapist at level 3, which is huge. because it means that we have the ability to obviously buy ourselves a items case if we had enough euros. We also have the ability to barter for said cases as well. To be fair, we have got most of these dog tags that we need for the barter, so that's not too bad if you wanted to go down that route. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's put our mags that we got in here. We've got another helmet with night vision, so that'll be handy for when we end up doing some nighttime runs again. We do need to go back to factory to do a nighttime run, but I think we wait until we have other factory tasks to complete before we end up going down that kind of avenue. So it just seems pointless to me to go into a raid just for the sole purpose of putting down a Wi-Fi camera on factory. Let's do this. This can go in here, and then we can also sell this rig as well. I'm probably going to sell this USP 45, thinking about it also. This key can go here for now. BT ammo can go. We need another ammo case by the looks of things. This I'm going to put here for now because we can. Excuse me. Actually, we'll take the max energy to the next run. Put that down here. 203 we'll take into the next run because we're going to go into customs. And then let's do a little bit of selling here just to get rid of a few things like so. Peacekeeper, you can have those three. We need another ammo case, as I said, but we'll leave that for now. We don't need to rush into getting an ammo case at the time being. And let's just put our fuel into the generator here, ready for when we need it. And let's grab our rewards off of Therapist and Prapor. So it's just a few rubles here from Therapist. And then from Prapor, we obviously have a bag and armor and some rubles as well. So the armor I'm probably just going to sell. The backpack we can use, but we need to make some room for said backpack in our stash here. So let's do this, and then if we go to character, put this on, turn this like so, and that gives us the Beta 2 backpack that we can pop there, and then do something like this. Put that into here for now, and then move this up and put this back in there, and put our MK17 Scar back in the stash as well. In fact, let's turn it this way. But other than that, we're pretty much ready to rock and roll into another run. Let me just top up this, and we are just going to repair this with, again, the new trader. Does he have anything at the moment? He doesn't. And obviously you can hit refresh, but there's nothing there. So I'm not too sure how he works right now. We'll look into that, but at least we have him there for the future. And obviously we can use him to repair armors and weapons and all sorts as well, which is nice. But I think the next map we're going to run into is going to be on customs. To get golden swag done, so we need the portable bunkhouse key, which I think we've got somewhere because it obviously gives it to you. And then we also need to go into 203 for shaking up Teller as well. So let's just grab those keys. So we've got this, which we'll put down here. So 203. I mean, I kind of want to take all of those, so we'll take 203. And then apparently, is this the portable bunkhouse? It is. I think we also need another key, do we not? Golden swag. Yeah, 303. I'm pretty sure we have 303 somewhere. We do. Lovely. In that case, I'm going to take both of my both of my key rings with me, so we have all of the keys we want for this run. We're going to go daytime, so we're going to put the Cowman helmet back on rather than running the exfil with night vision. And I'm trying to think, how much is the marked key? This one. Damn. Okay. We won't be looking to get that right now because that's 3.3 mil. The only way we're going to be able to get that is obviously selling a bunch of stuff, but also if we get lucky in a raid and find it. I don't think we're going to use this Terminator backpack, if I'm honest. Just not something I see us using. Let us do a little bit of maneuvering here. That can be sold. Can this grip, that grip can go there. I just don't know if I'm going to use this backpack. It's just taking up so much room, but it is holding quite a bit of stuff as well. But it's just a backpack I'm not going to use, so we might as well just get rid of it. If I'm perfectly honest. I'm going to keep the M700, keep the MP5. The MP7 probably could go, to be fair. Subsonic round. In fact, we might as well put that back in the chamber. There's no point in keeping hold of it. Yeah, let's just get rid of that to... Let's get rid of that to mechanic, actually. In fact, we need to take it off of our player before we do so. And let's get rid of that to mechanic. I'm also tempted to get rid of this RPK, thinking about it, because I don't see myself using it anytime soon. Like, it might not be the best idea, but I just don't see myself using the RPK. And then we can get rid of the Balaclava to Ragman as well. And I know that, and we'll get rid of this actually. I'm not going to use that. We've got some decent killer armor right now, so we don't need to worry too much about any form of other armor currently anyway. And I think, to be fair, I don't know if it's made more room or not, but it's not too bad. One thing that I do want to check. Okay, we can get a dog tag case, but I don't think it's worth us getting right now. But then we do have like a ton of dog tags just sat in our junk box. So we might end up getting a dog tag case, I'm not too sure. But regardless of that, let's jump into a customs run, which is the main thing that we're looking to get done now. Obviously, a couple more tasks. The initial thing we're looking to do. One thing I need to double check actually. I'm pretty sure I have done it, but did I empty my appointment? Yes. Okay. So yeah, a couple more tasks is our main focus, but then we will also look to make a little bit of money by running the safes. And also, if we can get some more scav kills and PMC kills for our dailies and weeklies, we will happily take those as well. But everything's insured, everything's ready to rock and roll. Let's jump into customs and get some more tasks under our belt. And we are into a good old customs run. So as we've got this spawn, we are going to, if I can maneuver around these boxes, have a quick look at the weapon crates and stuff that spawn in here, just to see if there's anything that we want to take from these locations. So that's not a bad armor. I do want to try and hide my killer armor a little bit better though, rather than just leaving it up there. And one area that doesn't normally get like patrolled too much is this back corner here. If we don't get it back, we don't get it back, but we are going to swap out armors. I know this is technically worse than the killer armor, but just to save room in our backpack and also weight purposes, we're going to go ahead and just drop the killer armor for now. Anything that we can grab that's going to be worth us selling, we will take. There's another weapon crate up here. So we do need to install a Wi-Fi camera, if I remember correctly, on this map, and we have our one that apparently didn't go down on customs, which I swear it did, but evidently it didn't. But we do need to install that over by like the far right location as we look at it here. See if we can get lucky with a GPU or something in the PCs. No such luck in that one. And no such luck in that one, unfortunately, but that's fine. Right, we'll head in here. Again, there's PCs and stuff we can check in here, as well as some duffel bags, med containers, all that kind of good stuff. And thankfully, we don't need... I'll take the drill, because I can't remember if I need that for any other hideout upgrades. But nothing decent in terms of loot on the floor here, unfortunately. Take all of those. So jacket and duffel. So I'm just trying to think of the way I want to path this particular raid. I still need... Isn't Adionka I still need, or have we done that task now? I know I still need some cigarettes, which I think are the strikes? No, Wilston's, okay. There's headshots from PMCs. No, okay, so we've done the... I think we've done it anyway. Yeah, we've done the task I was on about with the Adionka, I think, so that's fine. Don't need to worry about that one. So we need to go to dorms, regardless. So I think our path in will be to head towards that location next. There is someone running around outside making quite a bit of noise. We need these contacts request for Ragman in the future, so we will take those. Oh, it's another water filter. Okay, that's a little bit of money in the water filters there. Can't complain about that. Don't have an angle from up here. Lovely jubbly. I'm not sure if that was a headshot or not. Could have been. Did hear a little bit of movement outside. Don't need the noodles. Ugh, don't want that scope. Okay, so there's running around outside that was on metal just a second ago. So I don't know if they went up and over this. either way, we want to just head to dorms now. Doesn't look like there's a sniper scav at the moment. Oh no, never mind, I lie. Alrighty, let's push on. So we will stop off. I don't actually know if I've got the gas station office key or not. I don't. Okay, we'll bypass gas then. I can't remember if I had stuck it into the second key ring or not. I know I've bought it, but we haven't got it on us, so we won't worry too much about that. If we had actually brought the gas station office key in, then we'd head to the gas station for the safe. But as we don't, we will just bypass gas completely and head to dorms. Can't see any movement down there anyway. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's at us. That's probably sniper scav. I think. Can't tell 100% if that was sniper scav or not, but my intuition wants to say it was, but I can't see a silhouette up there. So I'm not 100% sure now. So we need to be a little bit wary as we come over this way, just in case. No, there's a guy on top of the train tracks. We are going to push this, because why not? At least it looked like that was where the shots were coming from. Looked like we had a muzzle flash up here. Okay, we did... oh, it's Rashada and the boys. I was about to say, the only place I've seen them is, at gas. Oh no, why did I peek? I saw them at the last second. I was going to run to the left. They were on the road, next to, like, the truck and stuff. Ah, it was a player. It was a player. I did wonder. I was like, who's killed Rashada's guards? Like, who's the person that's killed him? Turns out it was that player with PP ammo. Damn, okay. Oh, damn. Okay, okay. One way to look at it, though, is it's freed up a decent amount of room in our stash, so it's not the end of the world, but... oh, no, if we had been a little bit more careful... well, we were quite careful. It was just a case of, like, when we were shot at, we tried to find the shooter rather than obviously moving out of, like, any sort of line of fire. So that was the mistake we made in that particular run. If we had been a little bit more wary, I guess you could say, and actually thought about our maneuvers a little bit more, I think we would have been okay there. But nevertheless, we ended up dying for our sins. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to try and focus now on doing some more Jaeger tasks. And the reason I say that is we need to get him to level 2 for this Hadolnik. We've spent enough money with him, we just need the rep. And we've kind of been putting him to the wayside a little bit. So I think it's time for us to start looking to get his tasks done. So we could go to woods to try and get some bolt actions over 80 meters. Obviously, eliminating scavs in a single raid without meds, we can try and do that too on woods. The tremor we can do on, say, like factory. We could go ahead and like take a bottle of alcohol into factory, drink that, and then have a tremor and go for headshots. Shady business, we're just going to find the flash drives as we play. And then obviously streets we'll probably dedicate a whole episode to going to streets, to be fair, just to try and learn the map and also get some tasks done. So we'll leave that for that episode. And then obviously we've got to eliminate some scavs for him as well. So I think we build ourselves a bolt action, we buy ourselves a pistol, and we go into woods and try and get this done, and that'll be a couple more things done for Jaeger. Also, we've got our daily done for Therapist, which we'll go ahead and grab, and then we'll just pop the rewards into there for now. So let's build out our kit. So we do have a sniper rifle in the M700. I would like to put a suppressor on this maybe. So let's just edit the preset on this. First and foremost, we are going to put this sight on, and then we'll slap a suppressor on as well. So how much is that going to cost us? Not too much, I suppose. Not enough money? What do you mean? We've got plenty of money to complete that transaction. Hello? You have 500k. We have more than enough money to complete that transaction. That was weird. It obviously bought the stuff, but then told us we didn't have the money for it. That was, yeah, that was strange. Don't know what happened there, but regardless, we've managed to get ourselves a bolt action. We don't need these two. We'll take the meds just in case we get into a really big spot of bother. We'll take our Thor armor, which I completely forgot we had, I'm not going to lie. This can go down here. And I want to take the backpack in with us, so we'll just take the MP7 and bits and bobs off, put that on, and then we need a rig. Do I have... So that's our 2 black rocks we need for the task. So we don't want to be using any of those, so we need to get ourselves a rig. So let's go to Ragman. Don't need anything too like big, so we're only taking in the bolty and the pistol. So we'll just grab a TV rig. Do I have any spare magazines for our M700? We have DVL mags. I completely forgot we actually have a DVL like buried in this backpack stack, I think. Oh, we do. Do we take the DVL in, or I think what we're going to do, we'll take the M700 in this raid, and then if the M700 doesn't quite go the way we want it to and we end up dying, then we can take the DVL in. I think that's our play. So let's grab ourselves, say, 4 more spare mags here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do I have any P226 mags? I do, lovely. What ammo have I got in that? PvP. Damn! Do I have ammo for this? I have M993. I don't know if I want to run M993 though. So let's link search the ammo on here. So we'll see M80, we could buy some M80. We could buy that, I think. And then just slap the M80 in here, like so. I am also, as I'm going to woods, I am also going to see if I can get the ZB014 key, I think. Actually, do I... Let me unload this real quick. Do I have... Okay, I've only got PvP. I kind of want to just get some more PST rounds rather than using the PvP, if I'm honest. Let's grab 100 rounds. Because I want to leave the PvP for like a weapon that's going to actually be a bit more beneficial for that ammo. So obviously like a submachine gun, something on those lines, rather than using it in a pistol and potentially whiffing shots and all that kind of stuff. I would much rather we had like PST rounds. Let's repair this with our new bloke, like so. And yeah, we're pretty much set to go into a woods run. So the one thing, as I said, I want to get actually is ZB014. Grab this key because it's not that expensive, and it gives us the opportunity to get out of that extract if we have that side of the map. So onwards, our whole kind of what am I trying to say? Our whole thought process is to get this one done. So obviously eliminate scouts in a single raid without using any meds. We'll also try and get Tarkov Shooter Part 4, which is obviously eliminate PMCs from over 80 meters with a bolt action. We also have something for Therapist, which is here. Supply plans to go down to the sawmill. And we've also got Healthcare Privacy Part 3, which I completely forgot about. So we've actually got a fair few amount of tasks to get done in woods. So we are going to jump into a good old woods run. We'll go at 4 o'clock in the evening, and one thing I'm going to start doing as well is just start ensuring with Therapist, because on the days or the weeks where I can't sit down and like record as much as I want, like I'm going to try and record like 2 to 3 episodes each time I sit down and play from now on. But if there's any sort of time that I'm not able to do that for whatever reason, then I want to at least have a bit more time with my insurance. So we're going to go with Therapist rather than Prapor on insurance purposes. So let's just ensure our loadout here and jump into a woods run and get some more tasks smashed out. Alrighty, so we meet again woods. Let's get this sorted. Is our so our flashlight is on our pistol, right? Yeah, cool. So let's pop the M700 back on. So most of our tasks on this map, well, I say most of our tasks, one of our tasks on this map is on the shoreline in front of us, down by the med tent, or the med's like operating base. One's at lumber, and then obviously the other one is just to kill scouts without using any sort of medication, which is why we didn't bring in any meds on the like pocket side of things. We have meds just in case we feel like we're potentially going to die from like a heavy bleed or something before we can get to an exfil. But other than that, we don't have anything else medication wise. But we do hear a few shots going down across the map. It sounded like there was a couple of like sniper shots over towards the med camp over here. But I don't see any movement over here right now. That's over to the left of med camp. There is a way to get up this rock. I cannot remember for the life of me how to get up there, unless we don't have the strength for it right now, which could possibly be the case. But I want to try and get a line of sight on these Mosin shots that are going down. At least it sounds like a Mosin. They could be over towards like the spawn. Did I drop him? No. I mean, I don't see anyone over there now. It looked like it could have been a scav. I'm gonna try and see if we can get a different angle on that area. But at least we managed to spot them out, which is nice. Yeah, I don't see any movement over there now. So we'll do a little bit of looting whilst we're here. And then we'll head over to the location where we just saw, I think it was a scav. I'm not 100% sure, however. Any Wilson cigarettes for me? No, okay. Slightly unfortunate. Okay, so if we take meds from here, we've got to remember we cannot use any of them. That sounds like it could have been the person we thought we dropped, which isn't ideal. But we'll have a little peek in a second. Can't remember how many alkalis we need. I think it might be 3. Me too, okay. We'll probably go up into the tower to snipe, or at least have a look at sniping in a second. Then we'll room up there, that's fine. Damn it. That's a PMC. Drop our bag. I don't know if we're going to be able to cut him off now though. Not sure where they're going to be running to, but I want to get to this tanker and look down the road. That's kind of my thought process here. So we're running along the outer wall. There's one, thinking about it now that seeing all of this fog and stuff, there is one actual mod that I wanted to download and I didn't get round to doing so. And it was like a better weather mod. There's blood there. The downside to getting closer is obviously we need PMCs at 80 meters with a bolty. Obviously the closer we get to these shots, the less likely we are to have an 80 meter shot. That's a scav. am I missing? There's another set of shots down here. That wasn't matey with a shotgun. I hear movement to my right. Somewhere. I think the guy with that big backpack was the guy we saw. There's another set of shots. Which I think was our boy that we just dropped. Okay. Downside about having to come this close is obviously we didn't get the kills over the distance we needed, but we got some sniper rifle. What the hell's in here? We got some sniper rifle levels. Nothing. I don't know why I couldn't put that in there straight away then. It's a scav. Oh, they had this. We'll take that. No, it's a player. Level 2. For the Pilgrim. We'll take the Pilgrim. Take the Pilgrim over the Paratus, I think. Because, oh, that does fit in there. Wow, okay. That changes that thought process then. Take your sunnies. I want to find the mags for this. We need to have some energy. Pretty sure we did pick up some food. We did. I just heard something. Okay. Don't know if that's a key that's worth taking, but we'll take it anyway. Gotta remember, we've also got the stuff in our backpack at the med camp as well. So we haven't actually used any meds, which is good. I think we've only killed one scav, however. No, what actually? No, I don't want to take it. Leave that backpack behind. We have more room in a pilgrim than we do stacking a paratus into a pilgrim. Okay, this is empty, we just got to remember that. Now, where did we drop our bag? I think it was round the corner here by this ambulance. Yeah. What do we want? Probably it, right? Don't really. We'll take 2 alkalis, because we do need at least. Well, we do need 2. So we'll definitely take 2 of those. But the main thing I want to do right now is just get a decent chunk of food and drink. Just so we can top up hydration and energy if needed. Anything like an IFAC and stuff as well is quite nice, but they're not really the main thing that we're looking for. Just drink this, and we'll take the juice. So we still need to go to lumber, and we still need to go to the van by the water's edge. How many scavs have I got this raid actually as well? We just need 1 more scav, okay. One more scav is all we require for the task. Wilsons, we need those. It's another potential task completed once we exfil from this raid. So we'll definitely take that. It's just now a case of finding 1 scav before we exfil without healing, and then grabbing the bit from the car that we need. Now, what's going to weigh us down the most here? Probably we'll drop the alkali for now, we can find those later. Keep hold of at least these 2. And we'll keep hold of the food. Get rid of these. What else can we get rid of? Don't necessarily need these anymore. I think we're pretty much good to go. I'm almost certain we might need to place, I almost ran past this van, place a Wi-Fi camera down on this map too. I could be wrong though. So there's a blood splatter that we can grab our sample from. We're still losing a stamp? Or not even regaining it, I guess you could say. Might as well top up on hydration and energy. Won't hurt anybody to do whilst we're moving. Try and free up a bit of weight. Before we do that, let's eat the sprats. Obviously, I think our the second gun we have is also affecting the weight side of things. So I think our best move going into lumber is going to be to drop our bag somewhere. but I'm not sure where I'm going to do that at the moment. We could drop it actually at like this rock, but I want to do it a little bit further up so it's easier for us to move across for exfil. But then we only need to go down to the cabins and come back to here. So I think we just drop our bag here. We will scope out lumber before we head in. Ah, okay, I thought that bush was a dead player or something then. For some reason. Right, let's put out the pistol. It's going to be our better option at close range. See if we can find any flash drives in here. Diary's going to be worth taking. This out of Peacekeeper. That pass is worth money, but I don't have anywhere to really put it. To be fair, the propane is probably weighing us down a ton as well. And we don't need it right now, so we might as well get rid of it for the time being. Need G-phones eventually, but not currently. The main thing we're looking for in here is flash drives. For Jaeger. We'll also check the jackets whilst we're here too. Another couple diaries. We've got plenty of that stuff. We don't want to be using meds this rate anyway, so rather than accidentally using them, I'd rather just drop them. But yeah, I completely forgot we had the propane on us, if I'm truly being open. So obviously that's going to weigh quite a bit. But one thing I think I'm going to start doing is, A, I want to try and get an injector's case, for sure. And B, I want to start bringing in like mules and stuff, because the amount of times that we have raids where we have a insane amount of gear on us. Is it this one? It's not this one. Okay. So we have an insane amount of like decent gear on us. Is fairly high. Take the GP coin. Take the egg. Pretty sure I just saw moonshine. I could be wrong though. We did. Holy cow. Okay. Keep the Salewa. Do this. Take the moonshine. So we still need one more scav. For a Jaeger task. So I'm hoping we can find one on our way to exfil. So if we find one on our way to exfil, then happy days. Nope. Nope. Where? Where are you? They're behind us somewhere. Thank you for sitting still, my friend. That is that task ticked off. So we still can't heal, and we've dropped all of our heals bar our med pouch to make sure we don't accidentally just go, we need to heal our stomach. Because technically we do, but I'd rather get this quest done first. Are we still overweight? We're at 48. Quick sip of water. And we'll move on. So I'm pretty sure it's chumming that we need to plant a camera here. Like I'm almost certain, but we will just kind of pass here in case we can put one down now. We can, okay. So we must be on... It might be chumming that we're on, I can't remember. Actually, no, it's not chumming that we need to place a Wi-Fi camera down, is it? That's the gold chains. Informed means armed, okay. Wasn't 100% sure if it was this particular raid that we needed to put that down or not, but turns out it is. Just trying to think what other maps we could do. The kills we need. Oh, flash drive. Yes, yes, yes. We'll take that. Just trying to think what other maps we could do the headshots for Jaeger on. Could potentially like run maybe Shoreline. Like that could be a possibility, I suppose. Might as well drink all of that. Like Shoreline could be a possibility. Reserve could be a possibility too. Because we need to go there anyway. Obviously Woods, we more than likely will need to come back to for Jaeger. I think Woods is our best bet. We just need to find like a scope that will be comfortable using for 80 meters. Like, don't get me wrong, the scope we've got now is fine. I've not got an issue with it, but it felt like maybe like not necessarily my zeroing, because I'm not going to try and zero in the game, but I wasn't quite on the correct height level for 80 meters. But then I think we dropped a scav rather than a player if we dropped anyone at all at the start of the raid. But it'll be interesting to see if we did drop them, how far away we dropped them from. Alright, let's just take a breather here, regain our energy, stamina, whatever you want to call it. Like I'm almost positive the main thing that is weighing us down is the weapon. Because if we drop this, it puts us at 44. I'm going to take it though, because it's a weapon that I think I'd use, and the durability isn't actually too bad at all. But let's get ourselves out at outskirts. Just double checking we had the right extract there. But we'll get out at outskirts, and that'll be another few quests under our belt, and another flash drive that we can hand into Jaeger. So then all we need is one more flash drive for him, and then that's another task done for him. But this is probably going to be the last raid of the episode. Now, one thing that I was thinking of with this series, and I know I said at the start of the series we weren't going to use our scav, but I was wondering, and I'm going to pitch this to you guys now, and I'll see in a couple of episodes time I'll kind of get your feedback and see what you guys want me to do, whether you are on board with the idea or not. But with the scav side of things, I was contemplating using the scav, but not using the scav for anything to do with quests and stuff like that. So the only thing the scav will be is essentially someone that we can air quote hire to basically get our PMC some money. So essentially anything we pick up on our scav, we have to sell to traders, not to the fleet, to traders, and then that money is essentially what we get from essentially what we get as hiring a scav. We hire the scav goes into a raid, gets a load of loot, sells it to traders, and the traders goes, here's your cut of the money, or here's the money that the scav made for you. That's the idea that I have. Let me know if you guys are like interested in that, because the main reason I would have used my scav in like a normal series is to try and help with quest items, but with SPT and obviously having the more check marks in, I feel it's a little bit better to do it in a form of I can only make money with a scav, I can't do anything else, because I can only have one raid of a scav per episode, and then I do it at the end of the episode, so there's like an additional raid, a little bit shorter, but we're just making money, if that makes sense. Because with obviously the scav, instead of putting your stuff into a stash, you can just instantly sell it, so I think that's the way we would do it. So essentially the PMC doesn't see any of the gear, but he gets all of the money. That's what I was thinking. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, that would be grand. But I did just notice that the first kill that we got 2 minutes 54 into the raid was a 284 meter headshot. So if that was an actual player, because it looks like it was a player scav, but if that was an actual player, that would have counted towards the task for Jaeger. And I'm pretty sure we also have Shooterborn, if I'm not mistaken. So I think obviously we don't need to get it over 100 meters anymore, but it would have counted towards Shooterborn if we do have it. But I'm not sure if we do. Obviously we need to use, I'm pretty sure we need to use a bolt action for Shooterborn, but we can get headshots at like any distance. Let me just double check if we actually have that task right now. We do have that task. So we've already got one on Woods. That must have been, I can't remember if the PMC was a headshot or not, but we have got one on Woods. So this is something that we could potentially do like a whole episode around as well. Especially if we go like streets, we could aim to get streets headshots for Shooterborn, but also the rest of the episode we could go to other maps to try and get Shooterborn kills as well. But let's hand in this quest, which opens up a ton of more quests for Jaeger, which is super handy. We'll turn in our flash drive as well. So what else do we have? We need to eliminate scavs in the period of 9 to 4 without using NVGs or thermals. Okay. Eliminate PMCs in the office area and your floor on factory. That's going to be quite interesting, so I don't know how many PMCs actually go into the office area on factory in SPT, but still, that's another thing. Courtesy visit obviously on shoreline, and then we need to locate the hideout of Jaeger's friend as well. So with regards to supply plans, what do we get reward wise? So we get 78k rubles and 7,500 XP there, or we get a decent chunk of rubles. I think we take the rubles and also the rep on the skier, because we've already got a level 3 therapist, and I kind of want the rubles over the XP right now. So we're going to turn it into skier rather than to therapist, just to get the money up there. Dangerous roads, we need to survive streets through the taxi, which is fine, we can certainly get that sorted. Let's get our monetary rewards there from skier, and also get our rewards from Jaeger as well, just like so. Lovely. Okay, so let's put these down into here, just like so, and then put the CMS kit down the bottom there as well. Time to sort out our loot from that particular run. So the SAS drive we'll sell. Obviously we've got the rubles, the Wilsons we need to hand in actually, and the general wear to Shonkers. The IFAC actually will leave on our PMC because we can take that into a run in the future. The vodka we will sell. The diaries will. Let's put the task items here a second. Diary will sell. The egg will sell. The moonshine will sell. The wreck bat apparently is needed for a task, but I don't know if we've already done that task right now. So what's this barter for? We get a thick weapon case with it. We need 20. Probably with other stuff. We might as well keep hold of that. Living high is not a crime. And collector. We might as well keep the egg for that purpose then. The Salewa can be popped here. So first and foremost, let's sell to Peacekeeper because there's a lot of things there that Peacekeeper will take and no one else will. And then will Jaeger take? He will. Give those to Jaeger. So that's a decent chunk of money coming right there. We're back up to $500,000. If we go to mechanic and tasks, bad habit, turn in the last one there, which gives us some more rep and stuff with him. And then therapist with general wares. We are almost done with the Tushonkas. We need 4 more, and I know we can craft those in the hideout. So that's something that we'll think about doing. I'm not going to use this green tracer ammo, or all that Glock to be fair. So we can probably just get rid of those back to mechanic. Here goes good sir, have all of those. Ragman wise, what do we actually have to do for you right now? We have audit, okay, so streets task, which obviously we can get sorted, that's not a problem. I'm going to keep hold of this Tushonka a second because I know we need it to craft the small Tushonkas, but I don't know if we're at that stage in our hideout right now. So we'll have a look at that in just a moment's time. This can go in here, folded like so, and we're pretty much ready to run our next raid. So I'm going to take a bolt action in again with the pistol. We just need to top up our meds, to be fair. So heavy, light. I'm kind of tempted to start taking mules in, as I said. Heavy, light. Heavy. Keep saying light as in we've got stuff for light, but we don't. So let's just quickly see if we've got any light bleed. Obviously, we can use the IFAC for light bleed, don't get me wrong, but I just wanted to see if we had any actual light bleed, like meds, but we don't. Jesus Christ. I'm getting really bunged up with hay fever right now. It's like coming into the season where the hay fever starts kicking in, and every so often I just feel myself being really, like, as I said, bunged up, and it's really frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. Right, let's go to a hideout real quick, see if we can actually make these small Tushonkas or not. We'll also see if there's any upgrades we can make in the hideout too. So nutrition unit, we can make them, we just need these, which we'll grab off the flea, turn our generator on, and start that rolling. So it's an hour 18 left on those, that's fine. Right, rest space, can we upgrade you? We can. So let's get a DVD player and also a magnet. And upgrade our rest space. Med station wise, for level 3, obviously we need a LED-X. That's the only thing which is going to cost us a decent chunk of money. Unless, of course, we get lucky and find one. The 4 has been locked, we just need to dismantle the wall. So we might as well grab the sledgehammer for that. Water collector, we need workbench, and a workbench is ready to rock and roll actually. So let's see how far we can get on getting this ready. Because this is another reason why I'd like to use a scav as like a money maker. Obviously you won't get as much money through just immediately selling the items like we will, compared to actually going to the traders and selling them. However, I think that's the best way for us to do it without it being security, meditation, nutrition. Okay, without it being like too. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but essentially it's just going to be easier for us. How much money have we got? 202k, yeah. So it's going to be easier for us to like be able to do hideout upgrades and keep our character rolling using our scav, which is one of the main reasons why I kind of thought, okay, it might be pretty cool and like an idea maybe to be able to use like a scav just for money making purposes. Because as I said, that way at least we can keep the money topped up whilst we are what am I trying to say? Whilst we're like doing the series and progressing with all of the quests and stuff with our PMC. Let's chuck that in there. I think that makes those two, yeah, they're full. Nice, cool. But yeah, it'll just allow us to keep the money churning on our PMC, but it'll be one raid an episode, so it won't be like I'll be smashing out scav runs every episode, like for like 3-4 episodes, that kind of thing. But let me know if you guys would be interested in that side of things and like seeing a scav run just to make money to sell to the traders. But regardless, guys, that's going to do it for this particular episode. If you did enjoy the episode, please be sure to leave a like rating and subscribe to the channel for more gaming content in general. I am going to be uploading other games in the very near future. It's just kind of sorting out a bit of a schedule on when I'm going to record, what game I'm going to record, how long I'm going to record, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be able to do that a lot more easily now that I'm settling into my new job a lot better. Plus, I've got myself like a little whiteboard like planner just around the corner next to my shelving unit to my left, which has every day of the week, and I can just write down like the days that I can sit down and like batch record videos, the days that I can stream, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to getting like a bit more of a schedule going on when I sit down and record and when I sit down and stream. And with regards to that side of things, I'm actually really looking forward to just kind of focusing a lot more on my content, improving my content, and moving forward from there. But as I said, guys, if you did enjoy the video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more content from myself. In the description down below, I'll leave links to all my social media as well as my trading card game channel. So if you want to go and check those out, be sure to do so. That would be greatly appreciated on my behalf. I'm also going to be leaving a link to a channel that myself and my good friend Ricky are going to be starting fairly soon. We haven't got round to the logistics of like what we're going to call the channel yet. However, it is something that we've got in the works, which will be hopefully started fairly soon. We just got to kind of figure out schedules that work for each other, and we can sit down and actually make the content that we want to make. And last but not least, guys, excuse me, a bit bunged up there. I was going to say something else and I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I'll leave a link to my Twitch and my TikTok in the description down below, just in case you guys want to come and tune into the live streams when I do go live. If you follow me on Twitter, I do tweet out every time I'm going live, so you'll be able to see when I'm going live a little bit more frequently. So be sure to check out both the Twitter and TikTok and Twitch. That would be greatly appreciated, guys. But regardless, I appreciate you tuning into this video, and I'll see you in the next one.